To ask that you not speak while your opponent is speaking. We want our viewers to be able to hear what everybody's saying equally on the stage tonight. Let me get into this next question. We mentioned that these questions come directly from our viewers, and they've been coming in over the past few weeks. A lot of them have had questions about the flurry of ads they have seen on the air in the course of this race. Specifically some of the attack ads, to be honest. We want to give each of you a chance to respond to some of those ads that have been on the air. This question is going to go first to Commissioner Presley. Let me read it to you. Regarding your time with the Public Service Commission. An ad on the air has claimed you knowingly broke the law by accepting money from a solar energy company under your purview as a public service commissioner. Your response to that?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. First and foremost, Tate Reeves knows that ad is a complete bald-faced lie. And I'll tell you why he knows it's a lie. The minute that the company involved threatened his campaign with a lawsuit for defamation, guess what he did? He changed the ad because he knew it was a lie from the beginning. These solar companies are not public utilities. Tate Reeves knows that. The truth is, I told somebody, they were asking me about negative ads. If he'd quit lying on me, I'd quit telling the truth on him. And the truth is, in this campaign, this governor has been ensnarled in the largest public corruption scandal in Mississippi history. $77 million diverted for things like Brett Favre, a volleyball court. For Tate Reeves' personal trainer, $1,300,000. And what did Tate Reeves do? He fired the independent investigator. He delayed depositions 13 times indefinitely. He is at the center of the state's largest public corruption scandal. And so what do crooked politicians do when they've been caught in a scandal like this? They try to throw some sort of accusations at somebody else. He knows it's a lie. The minute he was threatened to be sued, he changed the ad.
Megan, you would have to believe in time travel to believe that I was involved in the DHS scandal. The fact of the matter is, I was sworn in as governor in January of 2020. It all happened before I was governor. And that's the reason even the liberal media in Jackson has called Brandon's accusations false. They've called it dishonest. They've called it half-baked because it's a lie. It's a lie being perpetrated by the Democrat National Committee, which is funding his campaign. 80% of the money that he is spending in this campaign has come from California, New York, Massachusetts, and Washington, D.C. And if you're keeping score at home, that's over $10 million in far-left radicals funding his campaign. I'll just say this about the scandal that he is involved in. 3 public service commissioners in the state of Mississippi have gone to jail for doing exactly what he's done. He's taken money from his solar panel buddies. He's approved their ability to produce energy. That's illegal in Mississippi. The law is clear, and Brandon Presley knowingly broke the law.
30 seconds.
Response to that.
Yeah.
Look, first and foremost, report out just yesterday in Tate Reeves' pay-to-play scheme, because everybody knows that he's an arm twister for campaign contributions. He'll do anything that is something that will benefit his campaign. His contributors have benefited over $1 billion. One guy gave him $25,000 and then about 48 hours later became a gaming commissioner. He knows these attacks on me are lies. It's why he changed the ad when he was threatened to be sued with it. But the truth of the matter is, he is at the center of the state's largest public corruption scandal. He knows that. We found out his brother, we've got text messages where his brother was text messaging with Brett Favre about how to be a PR agent.
Fine. You tell me my name is on the ballot.
That's fine.
Okay,
You need to
gentlemen.
keep my family
Can
out.
you read that?
Gentlemen.
Those are the text
Gentlemen.
messages.
Keep my family
Those
out.
are the text
We have to
messages.
keep on